A critical error by the state public education department that gave some districts and charter schools too much money for the school year that just ended is coming back to haunt them big time. The state said it was taking responsibility for its mistake and claimed districts would not need to pay that money back. But just 1 month later, PED now says otherwise. Katie Kim is on special assignment to find out why.
School's out. Summer is in full swing. A much-needed break after a tumultuous end.
We take responsibility for it. It always is our error.
Remember this? The state public education department gives money to each district and charter based on the number of students who live in poverty, don't speak English, or who drop in and out of school. Last school year, PED made a big mistake with its ABCs on an alphabetized list that led to the underfunding of 25 districts and schools by more than $830,000 and the overfunding of 26 others by more than $2.5 million. Districts that were shorted said the mistake cost them teachers and tutoring programs.
We've only been able to serve the kids that were really desperately in need.
PED recently refunded the districts that were shorted.
The public education department first told us that districts and charter schools that were overpaid did not have to pay that money back. But in an email last week, PED changed its mind. It was news to us and the districts.
The law is pretty clear that any money that's distributed that's over-allocated to districts needs to be returned.
PED Deputy Secretary Paul Aguilar admits he was aware of that state law when he told us last month districts wouldn't have to pay up. But he says PED got a lot of pushback from lawmakers and from districts that weren't overfunded when the agency said it wasn't planning on collecting at all.
The decision was made not to take it back in the current school year, but again, we always left our options open to continue to look at it.
But the last time we spoke, there was no mention of taking it back next school year either.
Well, we were talking about looking at our options.
So now, not only will overpaid districts not have the extra cash next year, they'll be forced to pay back what they've already spent. Rio Rancho owes the state almost $1 million. Lovington is on the hook for more than $427,000. Santa Fe schools must turn over $230,000. Districts must contact PED this week to set up a payment plan.
It's just unfortunate they announced that it wasn't going to have to be paid back and created some confusion over the issue. We certainly can't fund our in-school programs the way we want to, particularly our at-risk kids. We're underfunded for our special education.
Democratic Senator Jacob Candelaria of Albuquerque says PED should have been upfront from the beginning.
If they knew what the law was, then they misled the public and they misled the legislature.
PED says that was not its intention.
We're not going to spring this on anybody. We're not going to surprise anybody. I mean, there's a statute that says the money needs to be returned. And so we can't knowingly violate the law.
On special assignment, Katie Kim, KRQE News 13.
We asked for comment from the governor, who of course oversees the PED. She says the PED has taken full responsibility for the mistake and is working to fix it. She adds there is no pattern here, just vocal critics who are beholden to teachers' unions and the status quo.